My girlfriend bragged, "I'm perfect and you should be grateful I chose you." I said, "I really am lucky." Then I played security footage of her cheating in our car. She started stuttering and begging me to let her explain. I, 28 male, have been with Cassandra, 26, for almost 3 years. We moved in together last year and I thought things were good. Turns out I was wrong. 2 weeks ago, we were at her friend Meredith's engagement party. Cassandra had been drinking, and she gets extra confident when she's tipsy. We were sitting with a group of her friends when the conversation turned to relationships. One of them was complaining about her boyfriend not appreciating her enough. That's when Cassandra decided to use me as an example. She literally said, "Well, at least your man has ambition. Look at mine. Average job, average looks, drives a 2015 Honda. But he worships the ground I walk on because he knows I'm perfect and he should be grateful I chose him." Everyone went quiet. I just smiled and said, "You're right, I really am lucky." Her friends looked uncomfortable, but Cassandra was too drunk to notice. She kept going. "See, he knows his place. That's why our relationship works. He doesn't question me, doesn't argue, just does what I say because where else is he gonna find someone like me?" I excused myself to the bathroom and just stood there for a minute, processing. 3 years. 3 fucking years of thinking we were partners equals. Sure, she could be a bit demanding sometimes, but I thought that was just her personality. I never realized she saw me as beneath her. When I came back, I acted normal, drove her drunk ass home, tucked her into bed, and then sat in my car in the parking lot for an hour, thinking. The next day, she didn't even remember what she'd said. Business as usual. But something had shifted for me. I started noticing things, how she'd make little comments about my clothes, my job, my friends, how she'd joke about upgrading to a better model, how she'd flirt with other guys right in front of me and then gaslight me when I mentioned it. I work in IT, so I know my way around tech. I installed a dash cam in my car last year after someone keyed it. It has a parking mode that records when it detects motion. I'd honestly forgotten about it until last week. I was checking the footage because I found a new scratch on my bumper. That's when I saw it. My car, rocking, in the middle of the day. While I was at work, my hands were shaking as I rewound the footage. There was Cassandra getting into my car with some dude I didn't recognize. They were in there for 23 minutes. 23 minutes. I checked more footage. This wasn't a one-time thing. Different days, same guy. Sometimes in the parking lot of our apartment complex, sometimes at the grocery store lot. Always in my car. My fucking 2015 Honda that she talked so much shit about. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I made copies of everything. All the footage backed up to 3 different clouds. Then I waited. Update 1. Holy shit, I didn't expect this to blow up. Thanks for all the support. Some of you called me a doormat, and yeah, maybe I was, but not anymore. So after I posted, I spent a week gathering more evidence. I checked our phone bill, we're on a family plan, and found hundreds of texts to a number I didn't recognize. I couldn't see the content, but the timing matched up with the car footage. I also did some digging on social media. The guy in the video? His name is Garrett. He's some trust fund baby who posts gym selfies and drives a BMW M3. Exactly Cassandra's type, apparently. Here's where it gets interesting. Remember Meredith, whose engagement party started all this? She reached out to me privately, said she was sorry about what Cassandra said and that she'd been wanting to tell me something for months. Turns out, Cassandra had been bragging to her friend group about Garrett, calling him her upgrade, and saying she was just waiting for the right time to dump me. But here's the kicker. She wasn't planning to leave until after her birthday next month. Why? Because I'd already put a deposit down for a surprise trip to Cancun. 5-star resort, all-inclusive, the works. She knew about it because she'd gone through my emails. Yeah, I know, red flag I ignored. Meredith sent me screenshots of their group chat. Cassandra literally wrote, "Why would I break up with him before a free vacation? I'll dump his ass when we get back. Maybe I'll even invite Garrett to accidentally run into us there." I was fucking livid, but I kept my cool. I had a plan. Update 2. Alright, time for the confrontation. But first, let me tell you about the entitlement that ramped up this past week. After I found out about the Cancun plan, Cassandra suddenly became the perfect girlfriend. Cooking dinner, being affectionate, even initiated sex for the first time in months. But she also started dropping hints about the trip. I can't wait for my birthday surprise. And I already bought 3 new bikinis for whatever you have planned. She also started making demands, said her laptop was too slow and she needed a new MacBook Pro for her design work. She makes Instagram stories for her friend's boutique. Insisted we needed to upgrade our car because the Honda was embarrassing. Even had the audacity to schedule appointments at dealerships. But the most entitled shit, she invited Garrett to dinner. At our apartment, introduced him as her study partner for some online course she was supposedly taking. This motherfucker sat at my table, ate my food, and had the balls to compliment my girlfriend's cooking. It was takeout she plated. During dinner, they kept making inside jokes and giggling. Garrett made a comment about how some people just settle for less while looking at me. Cassandra almost choked on her wine trying not to laugh. After he left, I asked her how long she'd known him. "Oh, just a few weeks," she said. "He's helping me with my business plan." "What business plan?" I asked. "The one where I finally start living the life I deserve," she said, then claimed she was joking when she saw my face. That night, I canceled the Cancun trip. Got most of my deposit back. Then I did something petty. I booked myself a solo trip to Costa Rica instead. Same dates. The confrontation was planned for Friday night. I invited her to a fancy restaurant, told her I had a special surprise. She spent all day getting ready, posted Instagram stories about big things coming with champagne emojis. She wore a dress that cost more than my car payment. When we sat down, she immediately started talking about how she knew I was going to propose and how she had some concerns about our relationship that we should discuss first. The fucking audacity. I let her talk. She listed all the ways I needed to improve to be worthy of marrying her. Get a better job, dress better, work out more, get rid of my loser friends. She actually pulled out her phone to show me a Pinterest board titled Future Husband Goals with pictures of men who looked nothing like me. When she finally finished, I pulled out my phone. "I have something to show you too," I said. I played the first video. Her face went from confused to pale in seconds. What is this?" "Oh, just some footage from my dash cam. Remember that scratch on my bumper? Found it while looking for evidence." She started stuttering. That's not, you can't." I swiped to the next video. Different day. "There's about 15 more of these," I said calmly. "Funny thing is, you always complained about my car, but apparently it was good enough for your extracurricular activities." She grabbed for my phone, but I pulled it back. The restaurant was quiet enough that people were starting to notice. "Let me explain," she hissed. "It's not what it looks like." "Oh, so you weren't fucking Garrett in my car while I was at work?" Her face went red. "How do you know his name? Your friends have big mouths when they feel guilty." That's when the waterworks started, but not sad tears, angry tears. "You've been spying on me? That's illegal. I'll sue you." "It's my car, Cassandra, my dash cam, completely legal." She tried a different approach. Okay, I made a mistake, but you drove me to it. You're so boring. I needed excitement." "So exciting you plan to use me for a free vacation before dumping me?" Her face went white again. "Who told you that?" I just smiled and pulled up the screenshots Meredith sent me. "Your friends aren't as loyal as you think." She lunged for my phone again, knocking over her wine glass. The waiter rushed over and she screamed at him to get her a new one. Then she turned to me, full victim mode. "Please, baby. I love you. Garrett means nothing. It was just sex. You're the one I want to be with. Until after Cancun, right?" That was just talk. I wasn't serious. "Good news then. I canceled the trip, but don't worry. I got myself a nice solo vacation to Costa Rica instead." The switch from victim to rage was instant. "You canceled my birthday trip." "My trip that I was paying for." "Yeah." She stood up, shaking. "You fucking asshole. After everything I've done for you, I gave you the best years of my life. I made you better. Without me, you're nothing." I stayed calm. "Check your phone." "What?" I said. "Check your phone." She looked at her phone and gasped. While she was ranting, I'd airdropped her one final video, the one where she and Garrett were shit-talking me in my own car, calling me a pathetic loser and laughing about how stupid I was. "I sent that to Garrett too," I said. along with a few others where you called him small dick energy to your friends. She started hyperventilating. You can't. I'll ruin you. I'll tell everyone you're abusive. Go ahead. I have 3 years of evidence that says otherwise, including that time you threw a plate at my head and I had to get stitches, remember? I told the ER I fell. Still have the medical records, though. The restaurant manager approached, asking if everything was okay. I paid the bill and stood up. Oh, one more thing. You need to be out of the apartment by Sunday. It's in my name, and I've already given you formal notice. Your stuff will be in boxes by the door. As I walked away, she screamed after me. You can't do this to me. I'm perfect. You're lucky I even looked at you. The last thing I heard before the door closed was the manager asking her to leave. Final update. Well, it's been a wild few days. Buckle up because the entitlement went nuclear. After the restaurant incident, Cassandra blew up my phone. 137 missed calls, 89 texts ranging from baby please to I'll fucking destroy you to I'm pregnant, she's not, to I'm going to kill myself. She didn't. Saturday morning, she showed up at the apartment with her mom, Diana, and her sister, Brooke. I was expecting this and had already changed the locks. Perfectly legal. I'm the only one on the lease and gave proper notice. The pounding on the door started at 7 a.m. I ignored it and made coffee. Then Diana started screaming through the door about how I was ruining her baby's life and how no real man would abandon a woman like this. I finally opened the door but kept the chain on. Her boxes are right there, I said, pointing to her stuff neatly packed by the door. That's when Brooke chimed in. You should be grateful she even dated you. Do you know how many guys want her? She chose you, and this is how you repay her? By not being okay with her cheating on me? Diana literally said, all men cheat. At least she had the decency to be discreet about it. In my car, while I was at work, so discreet, Cassandra pushed past them. Baby, please? I made a mistake. Garrett seduced me. He took advantage of me. I'm the victim here. Victim? You invited him to our apartment for dinner. That was to end things, to tell him I chose you. Her mom nodded. See? She chose you. What more do you want? I just closed the door. They stayed out there for 3 hours. 3 hours. Other tenants complained. Finally, building security made them leave. But not before Cassandra keyed my car again and Brooke tried to break my window. I got it all on camera, including Diana cheering them on. Sunday was moving day. I hired movers to take her boxes to her mom's house. But when they arrived, Cassandra was there with Garrett and 2 of his buddies. They tried to intimidate the movers into letting them into the apartment. Garrett actually said, I don't know who you think you are, but Cassie deserves better than your broke ass. Be a man and give her what she's owed. What she's owed. Half of everything, dumbass. She invested 3 years in you. I laughed. Actually left. She lived here rent-free for a year, never paid for groceries, and I paid for her car insurance. If anything, she owes me about $30,000. One of his buddies tried to push past the movers. That's when I called the cops. They scattered like roaches, but not before Garrett yelled, This isn't over, pussy. The cops took my statement, I showed them the videos of the vandalism, and they said they'd follow up. Cassandra texted me from her mom's phone saying I'd regret getting the police involved. Monday morning, I woke up to find my car on blocks. All 4 tires stolen, but here's the thing about entitled idiots. They're not smart. The building's security footage clearly showed Garrett and his buddies doing it. They didn't even wear masks. I filed a police report and insurance claim. Then I sent the footage to Garrett's employer, found it on LinkedIn. He works for his dad's company. Shocker. Also sent it to Cassandra's employer, along with the videos of her vandalizing my car. Tuesday, the shit hit the fan. Cassandra got fired from the boutique. Turns out they have a morality clause and don't want employees who commit crimes on camera. Garrett got suspended from Daddy's company pending investigation. Cassandra's mom called me screaming about ruining her daughter's life. She made one mistake, one, and you destroyed her future. She made choices. These are consequences. I'll sue you for defamation. Truth isn't defamation. Good luck, though. Then came the social media meltdown. Cassandra posted a novel on Facebook about how I was an abusive ex who couldn't handle a strong, independent woman, and how I'd manipulated evidence to make her look bad. She tagged all our mutual friends, so I posted my own update. Just 3 screenshots, the dashcam footage thumbnails, her texts planning to use me for vacation, and her arrest record for vandalism. Caption: the truth speaks for itself. Her post got deleted within an hour. Mine is still up. Last night, I got a text from an unknown number. It was Garrett. He wanted to meet up to settle this like men. I declined and forwarded it to my lawyer. Yes, I got one. This morning I woke up to birds chirping, made myself breakfast, and checked my phone. One message from Meredith. Cassandra's been uninvited from my wedding. I don't associate with cheaters or criminals. P.S. Want to be my +1? As friends, obviously. You deserve to celebrate with people who actually respect you. I said yes. Oh, and I leave for Costa Rica tomorrow. Already upgraded to first class with the money I saved from not paying for Cassandra's everything anymore. To answer the questions I know I'll get. Yes, I'm pressing charges for the vandalism and theft. No, I don't feel bad. Yes, I'm getting therapy to deal with the relationship trauma. No, I'm not ready to date yet. Yes, I'm keeping the dashcam footage forever. Cassandra, if you're reading this, and I know you are because you're obsessed with Reddit, you were right about one thing. I was lucky. Lucky that you showed me who you really were before I wasted any more time on you. Also, Garrett's dick is definitely small. You said so yourself in my car, multiple times. Peace out, Reddit. Time to live my best life. Edit. Just got a DM from Garrett's ex. Turns out he was cheating on her with Cassandra and 2 other girls. She's got receipts. We're having coffee when I get back from Costa Rica. Not romantic, just 2 people bonding over dodging bullets. Edit 2. Cassandra's mom Diana just got arrested for threatening my lawyer. Apparently she showed up at his office with a baseball bat. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Edit 3. I'm boarding my flight now. Cassandra just texted me from her friend's phone. I hope you're happy ruining my life. I responded with a photo of my first-class champagne. Block and delete, baby. Block and delete.